think it began the day I was born, because the story that you told at Sasaki's house when Dad was here and I was born in Champaign, and the cork that hit the ceiling. I mean, that's like sort of legendary. That I've told that at interviews, where somebody will ask me how long have I been at Sasaki, and I say 50 years, and they kind of go, what? I said, well, my name originated from the Sasaki's house in Lexington. We were always doing stuff in the yard and building things. I think that's where I got a passion for building, and I think landscape was an obvious connection, because we were always in the office when I was a young kid. Dad would be in on a Saturday, and we'd come in on a big conference table and roll out paper and draw, all for like 4 hours. Just draw, and then we get tired and we'd play baseball. We'd keep tape and
that's true.
Play baseball in the conference room. And Dad would come in occasionally. And anyways, it was fun.
You learned to stipple too, and a couple of other. I think you actually helped on a couple of drawings.
I did, yeah, right. It just seemed, at dinner, Dad would always talk about landscape, whether it was work or other people's work, and I think that always inspired me to sort of see these things, particularly things that he was involved with, because my dad, I looked up to him, and I still do.
I first started coming to the office as a young kid for office parties, and it's kind of
Christmas parties.
Christmas parties, yeah, and it's kind of a fun place to grow up and explore with all the markers and paper, and so in that I became like a home sort of, and so then just learning a little bit more about what landscape architecture is, and I had a passion for it, and I ended up actually getting my merit badge, Boy Scouts, through Stu, my grandfather.
He designed the garden for me.
Did he?
He was my counselor.
Which badge was that?
Landscape Architecture Merit Badge. So
there is one.
Yeah.
And who helped you with your Eagle Scout project?
He was the master builder over here, actually. So we built a scale model with Stu, and he built the real thing. So we looked at several Sasaki projects, but the funniest thing to me was that first intro to landscape architecture class. I was looking through my book, intro book, and he's quoted in it, and I had no idea. He always fairly humble about how we meant to the profession, and coming across your grandfather's name and wanting to tell all your friends there, but not brag. It's kind of an interesting experience for me. And then the more classes I took, I'd get more textbooks and see like his bollard design and detailing the landscape, and some sketches and interviews, and it's pretty interesting.
I couldn't be happier. I think probably the best thing is I didn't push landscape architecture with either one. In fact, I didn't expect either one to become a landscape architect. And so that my first happy surprise is that they decided to become landscape architects. If I'd tried to force them, I'm sure they wouldn't have been anyway. So maybe that's the way you get your kid to do what you really want them to do.